Welcome back to Console Crapshoot, where we spin a wheel to play a random video game on original hardware. Last episode we had our first, kind of bad game in quite a while. Hopefully not the start of a new trend, but let's see what console we're playing today. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I hate it. Only positive though is that there's only 11 games left on the Jaguar CD wheel, so if we keep getting them at this rate, we're gonna be done soon. Iron Soldier 2. Alright, I've never played it, but I've heard that this is among one of the good ones. So let's give it a chance. You may have noticed on the wheel it said Songbird Limited Edition. So what that is, especially in the case of the Jaguar and the Jaguar CD, there was a huge push for software on the platforms. Atari's a relatively big company, but once they realized that the console was terrible or just, not being received very well and not selling very well, they canceled a lot of these games. A lot of games were unfinished. A lot of games, in the case of this, Iron Soldier 2 was finished and was released, but very limited numbers. It was kind of after everyone gave up on it. So this company, Songbird, was founded really early on, actually, and made it its mission to finish a lot of these games. And that's how we've got this version of Iron Soldier 2. It's pretty much identical to the original, because like I said, this game was released. So Iron Soldier is like a mech game. It's like a mech simulator. You're a big robot, you're doing big robot things, and I've got to say I'm kind of impressed already with this one. I have really low expectations. I expect nothing but crap on the Jaguar or the Jaguar CD, so when we get something like this that's kind of halfway decent, it takes me by surprise. It made me look up some of the old reviews that came out when this game came out, and all really high, really positive. This was considered an awesome game, and I guess I could see why. You gotta put yourself in the mindset of the time. We're looking at this now. There's no actual textures on any of these models. It's very blocky and looks like crap to the eye in 2025, but this is pretty groundbreaking for 1997. We did have games like Mario 64 at this point, so it wasn't like that groundbreaking, but you can't compare every game to that. I'm trying to put myself in the mindset of where I was back then and how impressed I was with this kind of graphics, and I think I would have dug this. It's super, super colorful. That's one thing the Jaguar did, and the CD games like this one had really good soundtracks. The sound is pretty good in this. The music is pretty solid, and there's a decent amount of content. That was the other thing that I always felt about Jaguar games. They're just so shallow, I guess is the word. Good amount of stuff here. You're still using the Jaguar controller. The Jaguar controller is terrible. You're always going to this number pad to change your weapons and stuff, and I hate that. It really ruins the experience, even if you have a good game. This game sort of reminds me of, I think it was episode 35, we played Hover Strike Unconquered Lands on the Jaguar CD, but that was a terrible game. That was really muddy, and controls were equally bad. But it looked, sounded, and controlled like crap. The gameplay was crap. And this is a similar thing, but it's got a quality to it that I can't really put my finger on. It just feels better. It feels relatively good. Hasn't aged well, I have to say. But again, I'm really trying to give it some leeway here. Just about everything in the game is destructible. That's pretty impressive. You've got whole cities. You've got tanks and jet fighters and helicopters coming after you. Each mission kind of has a surprisingly fresh gameplay approaches, different mission types. And your mech, your giant robot, has tons of weapons that you can equip. I gotta say I'm surprised. I don't hate this despite having to control it with... There's just no way around that, and that's unfortunate. So I've got no funny angle on this game for this episode. It's decent, but it's kind of boring. There's nothing to really talk about. So I'm just going to cut to the verdict. What did we think of Iron Soldier 2 for the Jaguar CD? Yeah, it's interesting. Every review, I did a lot of research on this because I was really curious, and people rave about this game. It's considered in the top 3 games in the entire Jaguar library. Recently, we played Alien vs. Predator for the Jaguar, and, similar thing, that game had a lot going on, but, it's on the Jaguar, you had to use that damn controller. It just didn't hold up. And the same for this game. I feel like maybe it would have been better on the N64 or something, but then you look and Iron Soldier 3 was released on the PlayStation 1, and that got really low reviews. Not considered a terrible game, but the PlayStation 1 had a huge, amazing library full of awesome games. So you take a very mediocre game on the PlayStation 1 that nobody paid any attention to, and you look at a similar game in the Jaguar library, and yeah, it sticks out. Oh my god, it's amazing. It's not amazing. It's good, it's decent. Again, one of the most impressive Jaguar games I've ever played. I didn't think Alien vs. Predator held up, and I feel like this holds up even worse. But you gotta give it some points for, again, the time it came out, the hardware it was on. It's got some depth, it's got some fun gameplay. I'm just gonna go ahead and give it a 3 out of 5. I think I'm being generous, but if you're a huge Jaguar person, you're probably like, oh my god, how could you? And I stand by it. Said what I said. There was a little moment there where it felt like the Atari Jaguar was gonna be the big thing. And in another world where there was more games like this on the console, it may have had a chance, but the N64 and the PlayStation just steamrolled it. You need good games, and I'd argue even more importantly, your controller shouldn't feel like a stale loaf of bread. You gotta, when designing a controller, you gotta take human hands into consideration. It's just a pro tip from me. But that's it for this episode. I've had enough Jaguar, ready to move on. Hopefully we get something interesting next time. I hope you'll be there, and we'll see you then.